G'day everyone. So with the release of The Anonymous Youth, got the t-shirt to prove it, with the release of Anonymous Youth now on Spotify and all streaming services, I thought I would do a top 5 of my favourite songs from the show. So, let's get into it.
We get another roll call at the start of the day. Roll call, do you hear what I say?
Number 1, Roll Call. Always the opening number of a show. Well, it's actually not quite the opening number. There is a song before Roll Call, which is the school song of what we called St. Christopher's Primary School. And it's not technically the opening number of the show. It's not the one that introduces the whole concept. What it does is it introduces the school. And the fact that it's a little bit dowdy, it's a little bit tired, and it possibly doesn't have the students at heart. Roll Call is pretty much the proper opening number of the show. And I love the song because it really helps hark in for the students and for the audience what the whole show's about. That often a roll call is given twice a day, but it's just a name that's shouted out and then responded to with a here or a yes or whatever. The opening of Roll Call also uses a single note. Which sounds like the bell, a school bell that you'll often hear. And I wanted to incorporate that into the whole song. So it constantly felt like the kids were aware, or even in the background, even if they're not aware, that this school bell is marking their life, that it basically divides their life between home and school. When the school bell goes, everything that they're doing has to be focused on the school. Or when they get the bell to go outside, they're sort of released from the school. And the school bell, for many kids, is all about that division of work and play, school and home. Roll Call is a great opening number and the kids did an amazing job with it.
If I could only draw my words, if I could only paint this scene.
Number 2, Draw My World. Draw My World was the third song that I wrote in the process of creating the show, but I had a very clear idea of what I wanted to say. I wanted the character to be able to express that in order for them to be heard, they need to be seen. They need to show in their drawings how they feel. And I know there are a lot of people out there who are able to express themselves better through the medium of art, through the medium of drawing, through cartooning, than what they can in words or in actions. As the old saying goes, a picture paints 1,000 words. And the song of Draw My World is very much about that, allowing in this case the student to express themselves through their drawings. It's also the hardest song in the show. It has the biggest vocal range. And I remember one of the audience members who came and saw the premiere coming up to me and commenting that they were a singer and they were amazed that the student who was up on stage was able to sing the song, because it's quite a complex song. At the end of the day, it is a beautiful song and it's all about expressing what's inside to the outside world through picture.
Every playtime here is where I found waiting.
Number 3, Friendship Stop. Possibly one of my favourite songs in the show. Well, of course it is in this top 5. Friendship Stop bounces along with a carefree joy. It just makes you want to feel happy. And it's all about that seat that is sitting in the school that often has Friendship Stop or Find a Friend Here. And in this case, the character often finds herself on that seat. She's a little bit out of place in the school, but that doesn't stop her from wanting to spend time with her friend and find someone to really share her school life with. Musically, we hear that bounce, we hear that joy and that hopeful anticipation of finding a friend. And even though the Friendship Stop in the song doesn't quite meet the mark, as we find out later on in the show, it does exactly the job it needs to do.
We're no one, we're two, and that's how it should be.
Song 4, We're Not One, We're Two. This is a fun song again about a set of twins. Now, I am going to have to be really honest here. I did base this song a lot on my own twins. I have twin sons, and they are identical. In the show, it is non-identical twins, but still the process is the same. that they get their names mixed up, that sometimes twins get considered that they're one entity rather than two individuals. And in the case of Tamika and Terry, who are the characters in the show, they really want the teacher to understand that they are two very individual people. They have different likes, they have different passions, they have different interests, and they want to show that. Very much like my own sons, who are quite different, even though they're identical. They are two unique personalities and love different things and want different things in their life. And number 5, Silently. Silently is the song that really pulls on the heartstrings of the audience. Leading up to the song, we've had a couple of quite upbeat songs. We've had Look at Me in particular, and We're Not One, We're Two. And we've built it up, and I really wanted to sort of pull the rug out from underneath the audience with a song that really hits home. And Silently is it. Silently is sung by a character who doesn't speak for the entire show. And the reason they don't speak is they're so afraid that what will come out of their mouth won't be what's in their head. It's that anxiety that is stopping them from speaking out what's in their heart. Even musically, when you listen to the song, each phrase is just one syllable, one word of a longer sentence that the character is trying to draw out of herself. I absolutely love this song. This was the first song I wrote for the Anonymous Youth. And it was the one that really set the tone for where the whole show was going to go. That the audience would be listening to the songs and then realize that what these kids are going through is deeper than the show, is deeper than the songs. That there is this journey that the kids have been on way before the context of the show that is actually coming out at that moment. Silently is one of those songs that when you listen to the audience, you can hear a pin drop. After the show, audience members would come up to me with tears still in their eyes going, that song. That was the song that made them really pay attention and really kind of brought the whole show into context. So, there are my top 5 favorite songs from the show. As I've said previously, it's really hard to pick a top 5 because I love all of the shows that I write for any show. They are all kind of your own children in a weird way. But they're my top 5 favorites. If you've had a listen to the show, what are yours? Leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the album, The Anonymous Youth, on Spotify, Apple Music, and all streaming services. My name is Drew, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.
Raise your voice, it's your voice.